So Seth, here's the question. Does the Hebrew Bible ever celebrate Gentile heroes?
Gentile heroes. Actually, there are some great examples in the Hebrew Bible. A few that I've thought of, Tzipporah, the wife of Moses, Rahab, right, the Canaanite from Jericho, and Ruth, the Moabite.
All women.
But there's actually another really important Gentile hero, a woman. And her importance has actually been largely overlooked. And so I would like to read one verse, and you're going to be surprised. You're going to be really surprised who I'm talking about. Her name is Queen Vashti.
Oh.
Okay, so in Esther chapter 1, verse 12, But Queen Vashti refused to come at the king's command delivered by the eunuchs. Then the king became very angry, and his wrath burned within him.
Wait. How exactly does this verse portray Queen Vashti as a Gentile hero?
Yeah, so it's subtle at first, but as you continue to read, you realize introductions to biblical books oftentimes foreshadow things yet to come. And in this case, it's really amazing that the author of the Book of Esther actually shows that Vashti foreshadows both Jewish heroes in the book. So first, Queen Vashti foreshadows the coming of Esther, Queen Esther. So Queen Vashti makes a party, Esther chapter 1, verse 9. Queen Esther also makes a party in chapter 5 and also in chapter 6. These are the only two women in the Hebrew Bible that actually make parties. Queen Vashti is described as beautiful and good-looking in verse 11 of chapter 1. Queen Esther is described as beautiful and good-looking in Esther chapter 2, verse 7. And with the way that the Hebrew is phrased here, these are the only two women in the Hebrew Bible that are described exactly like this. Queen Vashti defies the king's command by not coming before him in chapter 1. Queen Esther defies the king's command by coming before him when she was not supposed to in Esther chapter 5.
Okay, so Vashti foreshadows Esther, but you said two heroes. So who's the second hero that Vashti foreshadows?
So Queen Vashti also foreshadows Mordecai. So for instance, Queen Vashti refuses to obey the king's command to come before him in chapter 1, which provokes the king's rage. Mordecai refuses to obey the king's command in chapter 3, which provokes the rage of Haman. Queen Vashti's refusal to obey the king's command results in the making of a decree, not just against the queen, but against all the women in the Persian kingdom. Mordecai's refusal to obey the king's command results in the making of a decree, not just against Mordecai, but against all the Jews in the Persian kingdom. And in both cases, the decrees themselves are related to the contempt of those who fail to subjugate those who oppose them.
Okay, I understand. So Queen Vashti's role as a prefiguration of the Jewish heroes in the story of Purim, at least in my opinion, strongly suggests that the author of the Book of Esther truly admired this brave Gentile woman for sacrificing her throne, resulting in the providential rescue of all the
providential.
Jewish people. Yeah, providential rescue. So, do you think there are any Gentile heroes, lovers of Israel, we should honor and celebrate even today?
By the way, yes, I do. And in fact, think about the fact that Queen Vashti actually not only forfeited her throne, she actually risked her life.
Yeah.
Right? And so absolutely, I do believe that there are many Gentile heroes and lovers of Israel throughout history, but in our day and age as well. I think about this current conflict. Since October 7th, we've seen so much anti-Semitism, and the news kind of highlights it, and it's really sad and it's heartbreaking. But at the same time, here at One for Israel, we've also seen an outpouring of love from Gentile Christians as well. Mm-hmm. And we also know Gentile believers in Yeshua that actually voluntarily serve in the IDF, in the Israeli Defense Force, to protect the Jewish people, and they're willing to risk their lives, and some of them have even paid the price of their lives out of their love for Israel and out of their love for the Jewish Messiah.
So just as Vashti foreshadows two of Israel's greatest heroes, there are many Gentile believers in Yeshua today that risk their life for this country. And that reminds me of Israel's greatest hero, a Jewish man from Bethlehem who gave up his life in Jerusalem for the salvation of Israel, but not Israel alone, but the salvation of the entire world. And then maybe I want you to finish with the greatest love of all.
Yeah, so it reminds me of John 15:12 and 13. This is my commandment, that you love one another just as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, that one lay down his life for his friends.